I never met Herman Lee Ensign, but I think I would have liked him. He was a very successful New York City newspaper executive in the late 1800s. When he died, he asked that his fortune go to help animals, particularly horses and dogs. He did this by bequeathing Ensign fountains to cities across the United States. And guess what? Augusta got one. Ensign commissioned more than 100 granite fountains to be distributed to cities around America and elsewhere. The fountains, many of them quarried and constructed in Maine, were unusual. The main feature was a large bowl, not unlike a massive bird bath. The water was fed into it on three sides by spigots featuring a brass lion's head. The fourth side included a plaque proudly announcing Herman, which he spelled with an O, and his gift. Around the base of the fountain were smaller bowls which also captured and provided water. Horses could get a drink from the larger fountain, dogs from the lower ones, and I suppose a human could put a cup beneath a lion's head and get a drink too. A few years ago, a gentleman up in the Northeast who was doing research on the Ensign fountains sent me a letter, and he asked what ever happened to Augusta's. And I had to admit I'd never heard of Ensign fountains back then, and I also knew that we probably didn't have any standing around. But I started to check our archives, and I was looking for one. According to the archives, we did accept it, and it was located at 15th and Walton Way. There's no fountain at 15th and Walton Way now. I wondered what happened to it. But you know what? We hadn't lost it. And I'll tell you where we found it when we get back. Ladies and gentlemen, the Ensign Fountain. I found a 1970 story that talked about how Mrs. Rodney Sneed Cohen, one of Augusta's Garden Club movers and shakers, had pushed the city to get the fountain out of an old storage barn and bring it here to the grounds of the old medical college. She put it out here so that everybody could see it. She thought it was important, and I agree with her. Today we have the Ensign Fountain. It's not hooked up to a water source, but it still collects water, and it looks like it might be missing a few of its lion's heads, but we still have it, and it's still here. You know, if there is one motto for the city of Augusta, it could be, we don't ever throw away anything. And here's the fountain to prove it. And it's starting to rain.